Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today we're doing August readings. I've got the Unfolding Path Tarot here, and of course these are general readings for a general audience, so it's not quite the same as doing a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you, or there might just be a nugget or two of general wisdom that inspires. Feel free to check out the other videos for your sun sign, rising sign, and your moon sign if you know those placements. And I like to fast forward the video over the shuffling part. I don't like to shuffle and chat with you at the same time. I like to focus on the shuffling. So in order to spare you the somber silence, I'm going to fast forward over that, and I will meet you in your reading in just a tick. See you there. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what we've got for August. Okay, the Devil, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So now I always struggle talking about the Wheel of Fortune because I'm not one of those tarot readers that usually does predictions. I tend to do readings more that lean into self-discovery and advice. You know, I focus more on co-creating with the universe rather than what happens upon you, what the universe is just going to bring to your door. But the thing is, with the Wheel of Fortune, that's that time when the universe does kind of surprise you with goodies. It's a season or a phase where life does get a little bit easier. And Scorpio, I know you could use it right about now. So it's not like winning the lottery. I'm sorry. It's not like being discovered by a Hollywood agent. I'm sorry. But it is a time when there's like more green lights, when you're more likely to, come across like freebies in the grocery store, or, if you buy a drawing at your kid's school fair, you'll win a prize. There's muffin baskets in the kitchen at the office. And I use this example too. The last time this came up for me, aside from other things, there was, I made a purchase online, and it was a good purchase. I got a really good price on some stuff that I was very happy with. After they shipped the items, I got an email from this store, and I'm like, oh great, something must be out, or there must be a problem or something. And it turns out the items went on sale after they shipped my items, and so they gave me a further discount on things that I had already purchased. So I got extra money back. So it's little things like that. And it's not just things, it's not just money and free food and stuff like that. It's a time when opportunities are easier to come by. So it's a great time to put your resume out there if you're looking for a job, even if it's been, challenging in the past and you've been, discouraged and slowing down your efforts. This is the time to revamp, to double up your efforts. It's a good time if you're on those dating apps and you've been losing hope or discouraged or whatever. Get on out there. Tell your friends you're looking for, a date or whatever it is. It's easier to meet people, easier to make friends. You never know where that little bit of luck is going to be. The thing about the Wheel of Fortune is, of course, it doesn't just come to your door. You still have to get out there and participate in life. but it's when opportunities and little gifts are easier to come by when you're out there in the world. So make use of this time. Make use of this this season of luck, because, you know, it's a short season. There's also a piece with the Wheel of Fortune about right timing, being in the right place at the right time. So it's about getting out there. It's about staying hopeful. It's about participating, right place, right time, taking a chance, taking a risk, saying yes. I think you get the idea. Let's move on to the Devil. So this isn't this guy. This isn't contradicting this at all. The thing about the Devil is it's about temptation, right? There's some part of your life or some part of your philosophy or some part of your approach that is mired in an addiction, that is mired in some form of habit that is keeping you small, that is keeping you trapped, that isn't good for you. This is the addiction card. So when this card shows up, it points to a phase, a moment, the potential to fall back on a bad habit. There's something you may be doing or you may be tempted to do that you know is not healthy for you, that you know is not good for you. It could be something you thought you already kicked, or it could be something you are trying to stop or reduce or end, or something you are just coming into an awareness that is not helping you get to where you want to be or be the person. It's not helping you. This is going to hit, different Scorpios in different parts of their lives, but it could be smoking, drinking, sex, food, shopping, right? But it could also be how you talk to yourself. I'm too fat. I'll never have enough money. I'll never get out of this neighborhood. My parents will never understand me. I'm not smart enough for that job. I'm not pretty enough for that job. That sort of thing. And of course, there could be a few things in your life, a few ways that you're not being healthy. There could be that thing that maybe you're not exercising as much as you should be. But it could also be true that the most dangerous thing you're doing is that thing where you're underestimating your capacity to get a better paying job. You know what I mean? So when this card shows up, it's an excellent time to reflect on what truly is the greatest temptation that is keeping you bound to I'll say it, Satan. What is truly keeping you bound to the life you don't want, the person you don't want to be? So I'm going to leave that as food for thought now and move on to the Four of Pentacles, because that may be related to this character. The Four of Pentacles is a sort of poverty mindset. You can see in this card, the central character actually has pentacles. This character actually has resources. And now, it doesn't necessarily mean, the pentacles look like money, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean this character is rich. If we extrapolate that you are the central character and you have these resources, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're hoarding money. But what this Four of Pentacles can suggest is that there may be resources that you don't fully appreciate that you have, or you may be hanging on to for fear that they're actually limited. And what I mean by that, and this is one sort of example. You know, like when you go through a crummy divorce or a bad relationship in general, and you might want another relationship, you might want a partner, but at the same time, you're also afraid to get hurt. And so you kind of talk about wanting to be in a relationship, but you also don't open up. You aren't vulnerable. You kind of keep the most vulnerable parts of you to yourself. You don't share yourself. And you maybe scare people away, or you maybe seem like you're not really open to a relationship because you're not open. You're just kind of only showing people a very surface part of you, right? That can be one way that this Four of Pentacles, this kind of stingy character, shows up. And I don't mean to offend anyone by calling them stingy, but I just mean that the Four of Pentacles speaks to a time when you are not really sharing sort of the best bits of yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to give away your money. It doesn't mean you have to give away intimacies you don't want to share. It just means you're not open to realistically sharing some parts of yourself because your evaluation is a bit off. I used another example. This card came up for another sign, and I used this example. Maybe this will help. I grew up in a lower middle class home, and we had a couch in our house that we could not use ever. It was the good couch that only company could use. My mother did not host a lot. My mother was a single mother. I had 2 siblings. And so for 364 days out of the year, the good couch was just not touched at all. And it was just in our living room. And we were either on the floor or we were in in the kitchen. And the couch was just not used. On Christmas, when my mother's parents and some aunts and uncles came over, the couch was used, but otherwise the couch was not available. And to me and to my siblings, it seemed crummy that we were not good enough for the couch, that the couch was better. The couch was only for entertaining and not for the children. You know, it seemed like the value of the couch was overvalued. The couch was more important than the children. And that's the kind of thing that this card reminds me of, where, the calibration of value is a bit off. It's like you don't want to share the couch with with the children. Or you don't want to just share like really the most kind of basic parts of you with people who want to know you. Just to be more clear, like the couch in my family home was not like a Gucci couch. It was not like, and we were not terrible. We were just normal children. We weren't terrible children. So that's a long way around to this discussion of what you value. What are you sharing? How do you judge what you share with other people, what you're allowed to let other people see, what you're saving for special, and why? Now, there's different kinds of Scorpios, too. There are the Scorpios that are happy to tell you every single detail of their lives, and then there are the Scorpios that keep everything hidden away in a tall, dark tower guarded by 3 dragons. So the Scorpios that are happy to tell everybody every detail of their lives might be confused by this metaphor. But it's about calibration. What do you value? What do you share? What is sacred? What could be sacred? What could be public knowledge? Boundaries? ? There's a lot in this reading that is about food for thought. Habits, values, calibration, boundaries. And here we have more food for thought. We have the Seven of Cups, which is all about choices and not being sure which path to take. This Seven of Cups tends to be in the realm of emotions, satisfaction. This could be about relationships. Again, if you're on those dating apps, this could be about people, choices, options you have in that realm. If that's not where you're at this month, if you're not on those dating apps, if you're not looking, this could be in another way that you feel satisfaction, that you feel connected, that you feel validated, as a successful part of a community. So sometimes having a particular job or role in a community or association makes you feel satisfied and validation. Sometimes it's your number of followers on social media. It might be an entrepreneurial thing or an artistic appreciation, something along those lines. But here with these choices, it's suggesting that you're looking for some sort of validation in one of the areas of your life or one of the areas of your influence, or possibly several of the areas of your influence, and you're not quite sure which way to go or where to put your attention to get that sort of validation. Scorpio, traditionally, the sort of advice inherent in this card is that not everything is available, and the devil reminds us, not to be tempted, especially if you have a past habit of spreading yourself too thin or taking on too much. I happen to know a few Scorpios who live their life dangerously like that. The Four of Pentacles has suggested maybe boundaries are a good thing to explore. The Wheel of Fortune is saying, put yourself out there, try new things, say yes. But just know that not everything, not every door is the door for you to pass through. So I'm a big believer in improv and in trying and playing, but I wouldn't attach ego to all of the options that you may be exploring this month. I think if you're looking for jobs or relationships, whatever you're putting yourself out there for, and this is the time to make hay while the sun shines, have fun. Have fun exploring, have fun trying on new roles, but this might not, this is the time to play, but not to attach, is what I would say. But definitely buy all those drawing tickets and cakewalk tickets or whatever it is. It's about getting out there, participating in the universe, trying new things, but not being attached to the outcome, letting go, not hoarding the good stuff. Yeah, the advice inherent in this reading, Scorpio, is to have fun, to let go of your attachment to a certain outcome, to increase your sense of self-worth, to adjust your value calibrator, and play. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please take good care of yourself. And until next time, bye for now.